It's our second beer out of the Cloudwater Beers for this month, and this is a double dry hopped IPA called Summer Sun by the Burn. It's a double dry hopped IPA, as I said. It's got Citra and Loral. Now, Loral is not the most common. Floral, peppery, citrusy. That's what it's all about. So let's see what this beer is all about. Keep on watching to find out if this beer is any good. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're doing another beer from Cloudwater, double dry hopped IPA. This has got Citra and Loral. Loral is not the most common of hops that we have. There's not many beers that I think I drink with Loral in them, but according to Cloudwater, it's one of their favourites. And its description is it's floral, it's citrusy with a little bit of pepperiness to it. So how that pairs with Citra, which is citrusy and tropical, I'm not quite sure. So let's crack it open, get it in glass, and see what Loral is all about, and see whether it's dominant in this beer. So, beer in a glass, we've got a sort of an orangey, sort of light orange colour, pretty similar to the last Cloudwater one we had. We've got 2 fingers of white compacted head. Yeah, it looks pretty good. This is a 6% IPA. Aromas, there's a lot of lemony sort of citrus aromas in here. Yeah, I'm getting basically lemon, very big on the lemon. So it almost smells like a Citra IPA on its own. I'm trying to work out what Loral is going to bring to the party here. It just smells like a nice citrusy Citra sort of IPA. So let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. To be honest, it tastes like a Citra IPA. There is a slight flowery sort of taste. A little bit more than sort of other Citra IPAs that we've had. It's incredibly soft, and it is, floral is a good word, you know, it's almost like a little bit perfumey, but it's still kept in check with the Citra, which gives it a very big lemons and limes and grapefruit sort of flavours. Little bitterness, it's very light, and it's got a soft mouthfeel. It's a very summery, light, zesty, bright sort of beer. It's perfect for the summer, really, this sort of beer. It's a shame that summer is almost nearly over now. It's a bit of a shame. But it's light, and it's light in a way that makes it very easy to drink. And as I said, there's nothing overly remarkable. If you said this was a Citra IPA, I would have said, yeah, it tastes like a lot of Citra IPAs that I've had. Big lemon hit. A little bit of sort of light tropical sort of flavours. And then you get a little bit of a slight grapefruit sharpness, bitterness on the back end, really. And that's about it. And then you just drink it again, and it's light. It's inoffensive, really. I wouldn't say there's much more to it. It's just got this lightness of touch. It's almost has a sort of pale ale sort of taste. A lot of pale ales have this sort of flavour, but they're usually a little bit more carbonated. It's very soft in the carbonation, and generally it's all round soft. Cloudwater, you know, they do soft beers. This is a double dry hopped IPA. I don't want to say it's over. There is an element of dryness on the back end. And it's always even interesting, you can sometimes think, yeah, or is it dry? And then you get that sort of dryness, and it leaves with a little bit of sort of bitterness, but it's not, I wouldn't even call it bitterness. There's not much pininess in this. The bitterness is just a slight sort of sharpness, really, of the sort of lemons that go into a sort of grapefruit flavour. And it's very sort of, and it's got this wrapped up in this sort of very sort of flowery, floral sort of flavour, but it's not. I've had beers that are a lot more flowery than this. I wouldn't say it was overly flowery. There's also a little slightness of sort of white pepper or something like that in the back end as well. A little bit of spice. It's not like strong white pepper is the best description I can give. It's a little pepperiness. But that's, again, it gives it balance to the sort of very citrus, acidic sort of flavours. It's a lovely beer. It's another great beer from Cloudwater. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Summer by the Rain, a double dry hopped IPA with Citra and Loral hops in it. It's a light, bright, very breezy sort of IPA. Very easy to drink. It's obviously, the title Summer Sun by the Burn. It's a very summery sort of beer. It's full of citrus. It's full of all those sort of light citrus, lemons and limes and grapefruits. And it wrapped up in a very sort of soft mouthfeel, really. But we'll go through the scores. Aroma first. Well, in terms of the aroma, to me, it has a very distinct Citra IPA type of aroma. I'm not really getting much of that sort of the Loral hop in there in terms of that sort of, which brings that sort of floweriness. I wouldn't say it was. There's a slight perfumey a bit to it, but it is. You could smell it and you go, if you said this was a Citra IPA, I would not disagree with you, because it has that very sort of Citra hopped, single hop Citra aroma to it. It's very nice. It's light and it's zesty, and it gets you wanting to drink it. So I'm going to get 13. Appearance. Well, it's a hazy sort of orangey, light orangey sort of colour. Nice lace in the glass. It's good without being remarkable. I'm giving it 7. Flavour wise, well, like the aroma, it's Citra dominant. If you like Citra IPAs, then you'll like this. It's got that sort of big citrus hit, lemons and limes, grapefruit on the back end. There's a little bit of peppery spice on the back end as well, and there's a little bit of flowery about the whole thing, really. So the Loral's in there, but I know this is going to be more dominant with the Citra hop, because it's very similar to a lot of Citra hop IPAs that we've had. And we've had some great ones on the channel. It's similar to that, but it's a little bit lighter than some, and has this sort of flowery, slightly peppery bit at the back end, which just gives it a little bit more balance. So it's pretty solid. I'm giving it 33 for flavour. Value for money. It's another Cloudwater beer, double dry hop IPA. This was just over a $5. It's not bad. I'm giving it 8 out of 10, 6%. And then my overall experience, well, if you like Citra IPAs, then I think you'll like this. It's very similar to a lot of Citra IPAs, and we've had things. We had the quintuple Citra IPA, and obviously the Buxton Citra IPA available in Tesco is a very good Citra IPA. And this is similar, but it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more flowery, a little bit more, I don't know how to describe it. It's very soft, and you get that dominance of Citra in the first place, and then it sort of fades away. It's almost, watered down is not the right word, because it doesn't taste watered down. You can tell there's another hop doing something in it. I don't think Loral is generally a sort of hop that's overly dominant. It has similar sort of Citra qualities, but it has this sort of perfumey, flowery, floral sort of flavour it's quite difficult to describe. It just gives it a little bit of lightness in terms of its flavour. Goes down well, easy to drink. I'm giving it 14 for overall. We top those scores up, we get 75. It's a solid, recommended beer. It's another good beer from Cloudwater. It's not the best beer that I've had from Cloudwater, but it is a step above some of those Cloudwater beers that we've had from they're in collaboration with Brewdog in the supermarkets. There's a little bit more going on with this beer. It's nice, it's good, it's worth your attention. It's definitely we don't see much Loral, and I'm interested in see what more beers have Loral. Maybe that's used in other hops, just the Citra, but it almost feels to me that it's a sort of Citra light with a slightly different element to it, but it doesn't take away what Citra does. It sort of just enhances it a little bit more. And this is a really light, refreshing beer. It's pretty damn good. So 75 out of 100. Hope you've enjoyed this video. This is the second video for Cloudwater beers that we've had. Got one more Cloudwater this month. Well, I'm going to do them pretty close to each other, really. This gives a good comparison. I think the next one we've got is actually a double dry hop pale ale opposed to an IPA. So that'll be, I'm sure that'll be pretty good as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe for all the quality content I like to put out. We've got lots of beer reviews. We've got, you know, if you've seen the Fuss Club unboxing, there's all those beers that we're going to be reviewing this month. And obviously we'll intersperse that with a little bit of fun and a bit of rock as well. So if you like your rock music, we've got the Iron Maiden album coming up soon. We'll be definitely doing a review of that. So until the next one, you know what you're going to do. Keep on rocking.